Welcome back. Are you okay? She just swallowed her hair or something.
Welcome back. Hi. I'm fine. I just accidentally consumed my hair a little bit.
So you seem like you've had quite the week.
Mm-hmm. I have.
What's going on with you?
I have something to show for it.
That looks like a little decoration.
Yeah, do you want to...
You know what it also looks like? One of the things you put in the protein shakers and then shake it up. Blender ball, is it called?
Yes.
Yep.
That's what it is.
And how does it's just funny because she sent me a picture days ago of this stuck in a blender. In an actual blender.
Yeah.
And
I'll put the picture up.
And I was like, what's going on? She's like, this is for later. I was like, okay.
I'll talk about it later,
How did this happen? How do you accidentally put a blender ball in a blender? Here, take the blender ball. You know, when they pass, like, the thing to talk.
Oh, you're like, you can only talk when you're holding the blender ball.
Yeah. That's what I need. Shut me up. See, I'm doing it. Okay.
So today has been a rough week. This week has been a rough week for me.
Any reason in particular?
Because Kevin has been on a trip without me. How rude. I'm just kidding. It's not rude. But so he's been not here and I've been lonely. And so the day that he left, I decided to make myself a smoothie because I've been using like that.
That was the day he left?
Yes.
Oh, I probably would have called you to check on him if I knew that.
I was like, I need to like nourish myself and like treat myself a little bit.
Oh.
So I got like that green powder, kind of like Bloom but not Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's like Orgain.
Okay.
That brand. Which it tastes really weird on its own. So I put it in a smoothie.
Yeah.
And I was just making the smoothie and I was like, oh, this would be great to put in my little like the bottle that you use for protein. It's like a how do I explain it? To make protein shakes, but you can attach it to the blender as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I love those.
Yeah.
I don't have one anymore, but I love those.
So I put the little blender ball in, and I shake up the milk and the green powder because that's makes it easier. And then usually the step that would occur after that is that I would take the blender ball out of the cup thingy.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not do that. I didn't even think about it.
You just poured it in? Oh, no, it's a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's another thing. Usually when I do that, I'm using that separately. And then we have a smoothie bowl holder blender cup.
Uh-huh.
So it's not even an option for me to accidentally leave it in there because I just pour it and the ball's in the other cup. So I just start putting all my fruit in to make my smoothie. And,
also, I gotta say, it looks like you blended that for a while. Like a few seconds.
It was. So what happened is I get really, really overwhelmed by loud sounds. And so whenever I use the blender, if Kevin isn't there to do it for me, if he's there, I literally run into the other side of the room and plug my ears. But when I'm doing it myself, I like, he always says it looks like I'm like DJing because I'm like holding the cup.
Oh no.
So I'm like that because I hate the loud sounds. And then it starts like, I start blending it and it just starts like shaking uncontrollably and it's like making really loud sounds. I'm like, what? And then it just starts and it stops and because I guess the setting it was on like was pulsing. So it stopped and I was like, oh, it's broken. And then it started up again. I was like, oh, and so I quickly stopped it. I was like, what? What's wrong with the blender?
What's wrong with the blender?
It must be broken or something.
It's gotta be.
And then I take it out and I see the sight of the blender ball completely like intertwined in all the blades. I take it out and I'm like, what is my life? It's also, this shows what state of mind I was in because I don't remember how, but somehow all of the smoothie like splashed everywhere.
Oh.
I don't know when it happened, which don't know why. I don't know when it happened. It was all over my dress, all over the ground. And I'm like, when did that happen? Because it didn't spray out of the, like, when it was blending. The lid is secure.
You're just like...
So I have no idea when that happened. Maybe when I put the water, tried to run the water over it to get the smoothie off. I don't know.
So what'd you do after that?
Afterwards, I started trying to take it off with my hands. It was a bad idea. I kind of sliced myself.
Oh no!
lightly. It was barely. It didn't even like actually bleed. It was just like a little. And then I gave up. I put it down in the sink. I was like, nope. It sat in there for the last couple days, just on there because I was like, I don't know what to do. We don't have like wire cutters or anything. I was literally just gonna try to wire cut it off. And then I was like, oh, I have an idea. This morning I went and I got my little guitar, the thing that cut the strings. It was not strong enough in the slightest.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't strong enough.
I would have helped you.
This is like way thicker than a guitar string, I guess.
Oh yeah. And different material.
Yeah. And so eventually I grabbed some like pliers. I think, yeah, that's what they're called. And I sat there this morning for quite a long time using the pliers to like undo. It took a lot of force.
Wow.
And I had to like hold the bottom of the thing so it wouldn't spin.
Yeah, because it's like a little lid, right?
And I got it off and I did like a little happy dance when I finally did.
Oh.
Because I was nervous that I was gonna have to like throw away the whole thing. And we have another one, but that's the one that we have that has a flat. Like one of them is rounded, so you put it in them, but the rounded one doesn't fit in the smoothie bowl one.
Oh.
So I was like, if I break this, we're gonna have to get a new one for our smoothie bowls. But so I got it off. The blade is like a little bit like, but it's still like fine. So it'll work fine. Yeah.
Important question.
Yeah.
What kind of smoothie were you making?
It was just so it was oat milk and the green powder. And then I put like a berry mix.
Oh.
And a little bit of honey.
Okay. That sounds tasty.
It was pretty good. It ended up, I put it in my little cup. Let me see. I put it in my cute cup and took a picture of it to try to be like, everything's okay.
Oh, I love that cup. It's so cute.
Yeah. So
I like how you took a picture of like aesthetics.
While the thing was still in the sink, just sitting there literally until this morning.
That's like, those people on TikTok who make all the... I'm sorry.
Like the coffee things?
The listeners don't know what's happening. They'll make like smoothies, but it'll be like it flashes to each ingredient. And then putting in
like super aesthetic.
Yeah. But imagine if you were recording that for an aesthetic video. And then it just goes to your face crying.
Literally. I was like, I can't take it. I just wanted something.
Did you cry?
Wow, I can't even remember.
I would have cried so bad.
I think it was right after an intense crying session.
Oh.
So I may have I think I was just like...
How often do you cry?
It depends, what time of the month. It depends. Usually, I would say, I don't know, like at least a couple times a week.
Okay, I apologize. I can literally stopped you in the middle of a sentence to ask you that.
How often do you cry?
The important question.
But sometimes if I don't cry, like a lot during the week, then the end of the week, it's like it all has to come out,
Yeah.
Like I have to catch up.
Yeah.
How often do you cry?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? No
It's hard to tell.
I don't track it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't track my cries. That'd be an interesting thing to track, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I go decently long periods without crying, and then I'll just cry for like days straight.
Yeah. I think for me, it's that it's pretty easy to get me to cry.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm watching something that happens to make me cry, or
I love those kind of... Wait, there was a TikTok, there's a type of thing. Oh, the tapping soldiers out. because at the end of their training or whatever, they have to stand, and a family member has to come up to them, and until the family member taps them on the shoulder, they cannot move. So they have to be in like their army stance.
Oh.
And there's a whole section of tapping out soldiers without families. And
what?
it's the saddest thing, because if they don't have anyone to tap them out at the
that's
end,
so sad.
someone has to go. That was my most recent cry fest.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's terrible. The last thing that made me cry is actually probably kind of embarrassing, but I don't care. It was like a movie on Netflix. I can't remember what it was called. Like Love Again or something. It's the one with Celine Dion. It was a whole thing.
Oh, okay.
But in it, like the main, it's like literally the first scene, so it's not like a spoiler. It's like what it's about. But the main woman in it, her boyfriend dies like in front of her.
Oh.
And then she later finds like a ring and like that he was gonna propose to her. And I don't know. There was just a whole scene where she was talking to him as like he wasn't actually there. And I was just like, it was too real.
That sounds like something I never want to watch.
Yeah, it's funny because most of it wasn't actually that sad, but that part.
What else have you been watching since Kevin hasn't been here?
Last night I watched Hitman.
We started that movie like
really?
a few days ago. We haven't finished
it.
You
started it?
Yeah.
Where did you get to?
I can't believe you're watching that. That's so funny.
I watched it. When I watch a movie, I watch it. I'm watching it.
We're back on this Hamilton.
I can't believe you.
Yeah. Where did we get to? Oh, he met the girl. And then he went to the doggy thing.
Okay.
And then they bow chicka bow bow.
Okay.
And then he was like, or she was like, we can just meet back here. Whatever. Spoilers.
Whatever.
I just want to make sure my hand didn't get in your view. It didn't. And then I think we stopped there because we were going to bed. And I forgot that we were watching it until now. Otherwise, I would have reminded him because he probably doesn't remember we were watching it either.
You should finish it. But I will say that I kind of thought there was going to be like a moral or something, or like I don't know. Just finish it. And
I mean, it's a strange concept for sure, so I can see how that could go.
Yeah. Can I mention your
I got my first tattoo, so I'm tough now. I'm tough now.
Okay, you know what? Actually, so for the listeners, before she mentions what it is, I'm gonna put like a little thing for you to comment or whatever. What do you think the tattoo is?
I'm so tough now. What do we have any Spotify listeners?
I think that most of the people who listen to the podcast listen to it.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought everyone was just YouTube.
No, I think even my friends who have mentioned like they listen to it.
Wow, I really need to be better. I always just only make it for the video watchers.
Well, I feel like a lot of people who want to listen to podcasts want to just listen to it, like put it on and listen.
That's fair. I've been taking in all of my podcasts on YouTube for the last like year.
Okay.
I used to only do Spotify, but I've been wanting to support people, and Patreon for podcasts is always super cheap. So and they give you extra content.
Yeah.
So I have two podcasts that I subscribe to, and all of their extra episodes are only on YouTube.
Okay.
Or Patreon audio, but that's hard to listen to because it like you have to keep the screen on and everything.
Okay.
So I've been doing everything on YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's nice to be able to like see.
Oh yeah, but my point was, even when I listen to it on YouTube, I am usually just listening to it, and then I'll click it if they say something I need to see.
Oh, okay. So you're still just listening to it. I think that we have a few people on YouTube.
Yeah, I know about our YouTube because that's where I watch it.
Yeah, but most of the people that I talked to that have listened to it before say that they were listening on Spotify.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. So your tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to say what it is now that they've had enough time?
Yes. It's on the inside of my finger, and it says boop. and it's a matching tattoo I got with Jay, which is so something I never thought I'd do. The whole thing was my idea, including the boop, including the placement as well.
So how did this idea spring into your mind?
I think a while ago I asked him if he'd get a tattoo with me. He's like, like probably not. I'm like, fair, like that's fair.
That's rude.
No, I get it though. Like couples tattoos, that's a little cringe.
I only say it's rude because he has a bunch of other tattoos.
Yeah,
by the way.
But his tattoos are very thought out and artistic.
Sorry, my sound's on. Let me turn it off.
You're good. So I'm surprised he was okay getting boop. Especially a hand tattoo, that it's wild.
Yeah.
Wild. But probably like a couple weeks ago, I was just in bed and I was like, I think I should have something on me that represents him forever. And he should the same for me. Like, he is a piece of my life that I just always want to have near me. Wow, that was so disgusting. I'm sorry.
Wow, just imagine you, like, when you physically cringe at me talking about Kevin.
Yeah.
Think about yourself reacting to yourself.
Okay, well, this is a permanent tattoo, so better have a good reason. So that's the only reason I said that. But anyway, that's so cringe and disgusting of me to say. So my apologies. Anyway, so I was just thinking, and I was thinking of all the different things and something we could get, and I was like, it would have to be hidden. So I got the idea to put it in the inside of the finger first. And then I thought of boop because, like, boop your snoot. I boop his nose. Snoot, you know, he boops my nose, and we boop Bean's nose. It's a good time. And, like, one of my favorite memories with him, we were on a date, and at the same exact time, we raised our fingers and went boop. And so, anyway,
that's cute.
Yeah. And in the morning, I was like, we should get a tattoo. I have an idea. And he was like, okay. And then later he's like, when are we getting our tattoo? And I was like, I don't think you realize how serious I am. And he was like, I'm serious. And then like 2 days later we got it.
Oh my gosh.
But however, it was supposed to be hidden, and I didn't realize your hands aren't always like this, and even if they were, they didn't align it how I wanted, which is why I haven't really gotten a tattoo before, because nobody's perfect. And so it's just not aligned right.
Yeah,
and
it's not hidden.
It's not hidden at all. And I wanted it to be a lot smaller, but tattoos, they can't make them that small.
Yeah.
And it was kind of last minute, so we didn't really make an appointment. Our tattoo artist didn't speak English.
Oh. So
trying to tell him like exactly like, oh, maybe a little smaller. Like we told him smaller 100 times, and he did make it smaller. But it was kind of hard to communicate with him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's fine. I like it. I think it's cute.
Yeah, I wanted to know how the tattoo artist reacted to that.
So there was a guy kind of translating for us, but he was really young, and he's never going to see this. Not like the nicest, but tattoo artists are never personable.
Okay.
People who work in tattoo shops, think about when our other sister got a tattoo.
Yeah.
The guy was just like, oh,
you're just sending out hate to all tattoo artists.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I love tattoo artists. It's just, it's an art, and it's their art. So, and a lot of creative people are a little shy.
Yeah.
So I understand.
They probably deal with a lot of people that are like drunk or whatever. And
But I was terrified to get a tattoo, to get this tattoo, not because of getting the tattoo or the permanence or the pain, but because we'd have to tell them we want to get matching tattoos of boop on our fingers. But he did it for me because I was scared.
Oh.
Yeah.
How much did it hurt?
I almost fainted.
Oh.
Not really because of pain, because I've gotten my face stabbed into so many times. But I also almost faint when I get my face stabbed into, which I love that. I guess I should clarify.
You know, I've been stabbed in the face a lot. So.
I guess I should clarify. I mean fillers and Botox. But yeah, I almost fainted. And I knew I was going to be tough, So it wasn't horrible. It's just when I would think about the fact that it feels like you're taking a knife and like scraping it. If it just felt like pokes, I'd be fine. It just feels like you're scraping,
Oof.
like a knife through my finger. And you know me with hand cuts.
Yeah.
So I almost fainted at the end because he kept going over the same spots, so it started to hurt, especially like on the bone.
Yeah.
Because like on the bone and near the inner finger hurt so bad. So almost fainted, and then I stood up and we were gonna go pay, and I was like, I need to sit because I almost fainted standing.
No.
But it was also right before we went to get dinner, so I was also kind of hungry.
Oh.
And that never helps. If I don't eat before getting injections, I always almost faint.
Wait, so another question I had, I noticed that you, in the video you sent, you didn't have any like thing over it.
Nope.
Did you not need to have like...
I think it's the placement of it.
Okay.
We had like a really thick layer of Vaseline over it.
Okay.
Which protects it enough.
Okay.
But yeah, I know they usually put like those big things on
Yeah,
it.
that you have to keep on there for a while.
Yeah.
And then like you have to put the... Like, do you have to put stuff on it?
We have just been using like Vaseline and Aquaphor.
Okay.
Because it's unscented, it's safe. You know.
Yeah. Alright.
But it's healed.
Nice.
It's basically healed. It's like a little gray inside, and that'll go away. But it's basically healed. But I like it right now because it's like bumps.
Oh, like you could feel it. Like oh my god.
I love when I get like a scratch or something, and I love the feeling of bumps on my skin.
Really?
Or not bumps, but like the lines. It feels so good.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's probably not normal.
That's interesting.
But yeah, so now I have a very obvious tattoo. Anyway, if you need me to fight anyone.
Because you have a tattoo now?
Yeah, I'm tough.
And the last thing they can see before you punch them in the face is boop! Can you imagine there's like a comic and you know usually it'll be like bam, wham, or whatever, like for the sound effects they go boop.
Yeah.
Just imagine it in like those boxes with like the spikes around it, you know?
Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah.
I love it. Wow. You could have your ring on there too to add to the effect.
I was gonna get it on my left hand at first.
Okay.
And then I was extremely last minute. Like I sat in the chair and I decided I wanted it on my other hand.
Okay, yeah.
He got it on his non-dominant his non-dominant hand, so his left hand. And he was like, you should get it on your non-dominant hand. And I was like, I don't know though, because I kind of use my hands equally. Well,
ambidextrous.
No, not at all, but the world is made for right-handed people.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know why, but it works because now if I boop his snoot, he could boop my snoot with the right hand, and we're both booping with the boop finger. So if we're laying in bed facing each other, I could boop, and then he could boop.
And then in like together, you're
stupid.
You're like a pair of hands.
A boops.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we are aware that this is very close to being boob and poop.
Yeah. Yeah, I did think about that.
If I look at it in the mirror, it looks like it says good. And if I look at it upside down, it says Duke.
Wait, what?
Duke.
Oh, because the Q. Okay, because it looks like a Q.
Yeah.
What I said.
Because
the Q. It's not a Q. It just. Yeah. What I said when I saw it was that it looks like you found a way to sneakily get him to tattoo your name on him.
Oh, because Bo.
Yeah, he covers it.
Oh my gosh. I haven't even. Tonight, I'm going to go cover the second half and go, tricked ya.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't even think of that. Especially because I mostly go by my other name.
Yeah, I was going to say, he doesn't call you that, so you probably didn't think of it.
But
I thought of it. You got.
That's amazing.
You got him.
Yeah, got him.
You couldn't have just been like, oh, tattoo my name, but you got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I know because I showed Kevin, at first I wasn't sure if you would like want me to, and then you were like talking about it more. I was like, okay, I'll show him.
I don't care.
Um,
It's a whole hand tattoo.
I know, but like
The world's gonna see it now.
I know eventually, but I don't know. I like to protect your privacy. I don't know. So anyway, I showed him the video, and then he was like, "That is such a brave place to put a tattoo. You cannot really cover that."
Which again was the opposite of the whole idea.
Yeah.
It is a brave place.
Yeah.
Because you can't, like, if it was like on the arm, you can wear sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like gloves. I mean,
But it's funny because I would have never known unless I got it, because I have thought about getting so many different hand, like, inner finger tattoos. Like, that's where I'm probably gonna get beans someday.
no.
This whole hand is just gonna be words.
Boop.
Yeah.
Bean.
Well, I also never wanted a word tattoo. I was
Well.
gonna get, like, Beans paw print or something somewhere else. But I was like, since it's inside the finger, it's fine.
Yeah.
No one will know. And then I was also gonna get it in, like, light brown so it fades more naturally. So 'cause I don't really like how tattoos fade that, like, blue-gray.
Yeah.
They didn't even ask us the color, so I could have asked. It's a whole tattoo. It's permanent.
Oh, wow.
But it was so chaotic that I didn't even think of it until I was being stabbed.
Honestly, I feel that.
Yeah. But don't regret it at all. So
Good.
lovely to have a matching tattoo with him. But in the future, I know last minute tattoos, not the best idea. And talking to someone beforehand, like over the phone or over
Yeah.
text, is probably better.
If only there were like tons of documented evidence of
Yeah,
last
that.
minute tattoos.
Yeah. You know what? It's just a body. Who cares?
Yeah. I saw something, and then I think I was gonna send it to you, but then I was like, because it was on Instagram and it's harder for me to. I don't know. Anyway, it was so cute because it showed someone's tattoo, and it was a bunch of random dots in like a really specific placement, and it was like when people ask what this is, and then you go to the next slide, it was like, I get to tell them about you or whatever, or it was like on the first one, and it was the pattern that's on the cat's nosy.
Oh,
It was the exact pattern.
I love when people get pet tattoos that are so creative like that. A girl has a dog with, like, one pointy ear and one floppy ear.
Oh.
So she got, like, a triangle top, and then I can't remember what the other one was, just like a line or something. And it's so cute, and it's cute when they show the tattoo, then they reveal why.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
love
like-
that so much. But yeah, that made me think of you. Something that you would maybe do.
I would, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're a
Tatted woman.
Yeah, officially a tatted woman.
There's so many tattoos I want, and now I'm scared because it hurt.
I think I could be wrong, but I think that's a pretty painful place to get
He said this
tattooed,
was
though.
worse than the wrist, but he said, like, I think it was the inner bicep was the worst, which is
Okay.
kind of crazy to me
Huh.
because it's not like bone.
Yeah. That's interesting. I've thought about tattoos so many times, but I am such an anxious person to think about, like, making the decision of what to permanently put on my body. That's just
Yeah.
too much for me.
Well, I was like a little bit I'm not upset with how this turned out, but it was annoying me that it's unaligned.
Yeah.
So I told him that I was just like, it's irritating me a little because it's permanent on my body forever, and he made me feel better because he was saying that no tattoo is ever perfect. He can point out like 100 imperfections on his tattoos, but it's made by a human. It's art by a human, and being a human is imperfection. So it's kind of its own
that's
own
cute.
art. Until we have the AI tattoo machines, then they could
God.
just give us perfect images.
Mm-mm. No, we don't like AI art or AI artists.
Well, no, I don't either.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I know you don't.
Obviously. As a person who does photography too, it's really annoying.
Yeah, for artists of all types.
It's also annoying because Lightroom uses AI features and it
I know.
slows down the editing process so much where I'm like,
I
I don't
know.
want you to AI scan this.
I know. It gets really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, a lot of things are doing that now. Even, like, Logic has, like, an kind of AI mastering feature,
Mm-hmm.
but to me it doesn't.
That scared me.
Scare me.
Wait, before we go on break, I just want to give a quick little.
Mhm.
I started playing The Sims again.
Oh, oh snap, you guys, that's scary.
No, I only just started because I saw on TikTok people are using mods. So you could just play this whole new game. And I'm
Oh
going to
my
make a
God.
whole world.
Oh, the look in her eyes, you guys.
I'm going to make a whole world. I'm going to delete all of the original families and make a whole world of only people that I like. That way I can switch from families and then I can see my own people walking around. It's a lot of setup, but it's going to be so cool.
That's commitment. Is it commitment or is it addiction? Find out next time. After the break.
Oh, it's too good. Welcome back.
Welcome back. I love how you always do that when I'm not ready yet.
That's the joy. You're like,
I'm like mid putting the blanket on.
yeah, but if you didn't say anything, then it wouldn't matter because it would just be on me anyway.
Yeah.
I would like to hear your phone story.
I texted her. No, I voice messaged when I was losing my mind, I think. About how just a phone call situation, and then I was like, you know what, I can't tell you, I have to tell you on the podcast.
She was laughing maniacally. It was very scary.
So I've been trying to figure out like my passport situation because I changed my last name. You know? Because I know, whoa, because I got married a while ago, but I finally changed my last name like beginning of this year. Ooh la la. And so I was just trying to get information on like if I have to change my passport name, or if I can still travel with my maiden name, all this blah blah blah. So I've been calling like 8,000 places. I tried to call the actual passport information place, like that's on the .gov website, whatever, like the actual number.
Yeah.
Last week, and then it just like hung up on me. So I called again this week, and so finally I get through, and a guy answers it, and this I have a very hard time trying to remember what the phone alphabet, to like explain.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm trying to spell things out, like I was trying to spell out my email, I was trying to spell out like my middle name, which has a G in it. And it's like I have to really clarify that because it doesn't seem like it would have a G in it. So, well, to start with, I was like, C as in cat. And the funniest thing is that that's what it was spelling.
Yeah. I think I didn't know there's actually like is it called a phonetic alphabet?
Yeah.
That, and each of them are supposed to be something specific.
Yes, I know.
Isn't it C as in Charlie?
Yes, it is.
10 years, by the way, since his come in day.
I know, I saw that. We're talking.
And then I was like, she's gonna cry. I'm not sending her.
I saw it, and yeah.
We're talking about our old cat.
Yeah, he was. I think we talked about him being like human-like, but anyway.
Probably.
Yeah. So it is supposed to be like Charlie. There's actual specific things. I just try to spell it out. He reads it back, and where there's supposed to be a G, he heard like D or something.
Okay, knowing your middle name though.
I know.
Come on, man.
Like you think. Anyway. So he said it with like C as in Charlie, blah 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 blah. Like he was using that the phonetic alphabet, whatever. And so I was like, oh, well, it's not a D, it's a G. G as in, and then I just went silent. I'm like, as in, and I was like, I couldn't think of one word.
I said Greg.
Can you imagine like his name was Greg? He's like, whoa. I'm like,
But that's also a problem because Greg sounds like Craig.
yeah. And so, hold on, wait. I went in my panicked state. I took a screenshot. No, I took a picture because I was like, what is wrong with me? As I was like trying to like stall for time, I was like, hold on, G as in, and like he starts going like V as in Victor.
Come on, man.
I'm like G as in, and I'm panicking and I Google. I literally just Googled alphabet. I was like, no, I don't mean the alphabet. I know what the alphabet is. So I'm just sitting there like with a Google search of alphabet.
I would have hung up.
What the alphabet is.
I would have hung up.
I'm
No
just
way.
reading, an alphabet is a standard set of letters written. I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. I couldn't think of what to say. I was like, phone.
So how did he get it eventually?
So eventually I literally said, I'm sorry, I just forgot every single word that starts with G. And he just like laughed a little bit and he's like, with and so he starts going again like V as in Victor, blah blah blah. And then finally he says whatever it was. I forgot again. Like G is in blah blah blah. And I was like, yes, yeah, G.
This phone call's like 3 hours long.
I know. My favorite part is that I realized I was saying at Gmail. I could have just said because he said at Gmail. I could have just said G as a Gmail. Like after that whole thing, I was like, wait a minute. After I literally Googled alphabet.
That is so much better than I thought it was going to be.
So
I thought it was going to be good. So much better.
And my favorite part of all of this is that he gave me the incorrect information.
Really?
Yeah. 'Cause
About what? Hold on, talk.
He was giving me a form to fill out. And I was asking him, like, are you sure this is the right form? Because it says a requirement on here that I don't meet. And he's like, oh, no, yeah, it's fine. And so, like, I was like, okay. So I gave him my email, you know, and he emailed the form to me. And I looked at it and I was like, because, like, after we hung up or whatever, and it was wrong. So then I called again and I was like, please don't be the same guy. Please don't be the same. And it wasn't.
Good.
And it was a lady. And she's like, yeah, that's not the right form. I was like, yeah, I wanted to call because I was like, I don't think this is right. She was like, yeah, it was good that you called back because that you can't use that form.
That's
like,
a whole disaster. So all of your 3 hours of trying to figure out the phonetic alphabet,
yeah,
for it to be wrong.
Yeah, the wrong. It was also something, by the way, that I literally could have just gone on the website to find. Like, it wasn't technically what I was asking for.
Mm-hmm.
But I just go along with what people.
So did you figure out if you need to change your name on the passport?
So the lady basically it was, oh, I forgot this part.
Oh no.
I felt so bad. I was asking, like, I asked her what I need to do or if I could use that form, and she's like, can I put you on an extended hold so I can figure this out? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Hold music, waiting.
Saying an extended hold is wild.
She comes back, okay, I looked at the information, blah, blah, and she gives me, like, a answer, basically, like, yeah, you can't use that form. And I was like, okay, so I guess my other question, can I travel with my maiden name on my passport? And she goes, can I put you on an extended hold? And keep in mind, the information that she gave me the first time was just, like, stuff you find on the website.
Yeah.
So, like, she was probably literally just, like, Google. Like, yeah. I don't know why I thought that, like, when I called, like, it would be, like, people who
knew stuff about where they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, I felt kind of bad. I was like, oh, yes. She's like, can I put you on an extended hold again? I was like, mm-hmm.
That's wild.
And then she comes back and she's like, yeah, so I don't really fully know. I think it depends on the airline. You should call the airline. So I called the airline. Yeah, which is a good point. She was totally fine. It would just made me laugh. Like, I was literally laughing at the hold music. Like, the fact that she had to.
Yeah.
I called the airline. This has been such a big thing. And I go through all these options, and none of them, like, you know, the menu options, none of them really lined up perfectly with what I needed. But I was like, sure. It was like, if you have questions and you haven't booked your ticket, or I don't know, something about that. And so and the lady answers, and so I ask the question. I'm like, I don't know if I was directed to the right place, but I have this question. And I asked her, and she was like, that's a really good question. I don't really know. That's a good point.
Why does nobody know how to do their job?
She was like, this is the counter,
Oh, like the counter at the airport.
Yeah. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, they just redirected me. I don't know if I'm calling the right place. And she was like, no, actually you did call the right place. This is what I do. This is the right place.
Then why doesn't she know?
And then she was like,
you can't be the only person in the world with this question.
Eventually, I think she thought that I had already booked the ticket with my married name. Basically, what she said is, if you book the ticket in your maiden name, basically the important thing is just that the ticket and your passport match.
Which is what we talked about last week.
Yeah, and so then she ended up being like, yeah, no, you're good. You called the right place. I think we were just getting confused.
You should see if you could still call customs for where you're going.
I know that's the
Just to
next
double
step
check.
that I am nervous about.
But I mean, you should be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't. What are they gonna do? Put you in jail? Well, they could.
Good.
No.
Hold me, not let me in.
That would just be silly. That would be silly.
I could also technically bring like a copy of my marriage certificate.
I would bring that just in case. I have. You could give it to me before I leave. I can copy it for you.
Well, I technically have a copier, but
oh wait, my copier doesn't work. I can't bring it. I can't help you. My bad. I dropped my printer. The whole thing.
Fun! The
entire
whole
thing.
Did it break apart?
It still prints.
Just doesn't copy.
Just doesn't copy or scan.
It lost the ability when it was dropped.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Did the scanner like break?
Who knows? But you're not supposed to drop a printer.
Well, yeah.
Or any electronics, really.
Did you know that we're supposed to be able to throw? Sorry, this is. We're supposed to be able to like. These are supposed to be like indestructible. Have we talked about this before? Oh my god. They're like supposed to be like
still work?
the top
It does.
performing microphones because you could like drop them and like throw them against the wall and they don't break.
Yeah. I knew they were good. Obviously, they're more meant for like singing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, anyway,
I guess the rock stars are getting down with these.
Or just throwing it. I guess a mic drop, you could do it with these.
I'm gonna start doing mic drops. Can I tell you a little secret?
Yes.
I've never once used the phonetic alphabet on the phone. Not once.
See?
Not once in my life. And if someone asked me to, I would just respell it without it.
I know. That's why like my brain was going, what do I do? Because I just wanted to spell it.
I would have hung up. Honestly, good for you for staying on the phone that long and being put on so many holds. I would have hung up and just not gone.
I forgot another thing that happened.
Oh no.
Before I got on the phone with the airline lady, when I called, it was like, oh, you have the option to chat. And I was like, you know what? Sure. Like, I'm done being on the phone. I'm chatting and it's an AI thing. And I was like, oh man. And he keeps saying, he's like, what do you need help with? I'm like, traveling like with passport and maiden name, whatever. And then it just kept sending me the same thing. It was just like,
I hate the AI chatbots now.
I
They're
see
horrible.
you're having troubles with your name on your ticket. What can we fix about it or something? It was like the same thing. And I was like, no, I need to know if I could travel with this. And it just kept saying the same thing over
I think
and over.
the only thing you should ever say to an AI chatbot is chat with representative.
I know. Eventually it was like, do you want to? I was like, yes. It was like, text agent. If I was like, agent.
Sometimes though they don't. They only have the AI chats.
Yeah,
and you can't talk to anyone.
That was such an experience.
Did I ever tell the story of when I was trying to get COVID tests?
I don't think so.
I was trying to get COVID tests.
Okay.
On DoorDash which was my first mistake because DoorDash sucks. And they're not
Yeah.
sponsoring us anytime soon. And it's all I needed. I put 2 COVID tests in the cart, checked out. Person's like, they're out of stock, no COVID tests. I'm like, no worries, you could just cancel the order. And they're like, I can't cancel the order, you have to cancel the order. I'm like, that seems kind of messed up, but okay. So I went to help, I went cancel the order, they canceled it, they said you have a refund, you have credits, whatever. I'm like, perfect. I never sorted this out, by the way. But anyway.
Never?
Nope.
Oh my god.
I just like lost $42. But then a notification popped up saying you have 2 minutes and then your credits expire. And I was like, wait, like, huh? So I tried to chat with someone and they're like, I wish I still had them, but I don't know where they are. But they're like, oh yeah, you have your credits. And I'm like, yeah, but like, I couldn't get the items I needed. They're the only items I needed. I don't want to order anything else from DoorDash today. Like, by these 2 minutes. And they're like, oh, but it says PM, not AM. So like, let's say it said like 11 AM, they expire. I thought that it said 11 AM. They said, no, it's actually 11 PM. So you have until tonight. I'm like, that still doesn't fix my problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy anything.
There shouldn't be a time limit when they're the ones that, like, I mean, I guess technically they didn't mess up or whatever because it wasn't in stock.
No,
but like, it's not you didn't do anything. Yeah.
And I've been using DoorDash for years. Before, every time I chatted with them, they've given me tons of free stuff because I'm really nice to them, and I also have used them for years. They can see how much money I've spent with them.
Yeah.
So they're always like, oh, queen, what do you need? And I'm like, so that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh no, it says 11 PM. It says 11 PM. You've got like 12 hours, whatever. And I'm like, okay, but that doesn't fix my problem. They're like, we can't do anything, whatever. Then I go to try to order something and they had expired.
Oh yeah, because I was trying to just have you... Yeah.
No, but they did expire after all. So they gave me like literally 10 minutes to order something new. That was my refund.
I have literally never in my life heard of a time limit
on credit, especially credits.
Yeah.
Like, I have to use them on your app anyway. So why would there be a time limit? That's why I'm never using DoorDash again.
That is so rude because they literally just took your money.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what happened.
It was like the busiest week of my life too, so I never sorted it out.
It's also frustrating because it's also not like you were just ordering food.
Yeah.
You were ordering COVID tests.
Yeah, it's not like I could have gotten something to replace them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, instead of COVID tests, I'll get a flu test. That doesn't work. So, and nowhere else had it. If anywhere else had it, I would have been like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Nowhere else had them, and I explained that, and they're still like, nope.
Well, yeah, and also just the fact that even if somewhere else had it that was like outside of DoorDash, like your money is gone.
Yeah.
The money you wanted to use for it.
Yeah.
They
just
took
it.
It took my money. Literally just like, you can get something. Not anymore. No, it's done. We took it back.
Speaking of thievery, actually not related to thievery at all. But last week I went to Home Depot with our mom. Have you been there in the last like couple weeks? I don't know why you'd go to Home Depot.
Yeah, I frequent the Home Depot.
Okay.
That's my spot.
We walk in. I was with Bean, so it made me even more nervous because I have a new fear that someone's going to steal her because I keep seeing videos of people stealing pets.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I'm like ready to fight crime. Like I would punch someone. I would suddenly get muscles.
Sure. Turn into the Hulk.
Hulk smash. Yeah. But I walk in, really friendly guy. Bean wanted to see him. She doesn't usually like men. She wanted to say hi to him, and he wanted to pet her.
I feel that, Bean.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Same. So I'm like, this is fine. Yeah. I didn't realize he was just trying to see her because he was trying to sell us something. There was someone at the front trying to sell us something. I should have seen it. He was like at a little table. Of course he was trying to sell us something. That's fine, whatever. I feel like they usually have that. We were in the aisle and a lady comes up to us and starts trying to sell us air conditioning service. And our mom, you know, she's a little sassy when people are annoying her. She's a little bit sassy. She goes, "Oh God," and like I think it was a little louder than she meant it to.
It
be.
always is. I love you, mommy.
Yeah. But so the lady heard her and went, "I'm just talking to the dog. I'm just talking to the dog."
About do you want a new AC unit dog?
She gave a whole speech to Bean.
No, she did not.
She gave a whole speech to Bean. And I was trying to, like, I'm already out of my element. I'm in the store with a bunch of dudes. Guys kept coming up to us to ask if we needed help and, like, acting like we didn't know anything, which, to be fair, didn't know anything, but I also didn't want their help.
But also, like, why the assumptions?
I was looking at PVC pipes because I needed to know, I didn't know what to get.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady was giving a whole speech. I was trying to ignore her, but also keep an eye on Bean.
Mm-hmm.
Just so she didn't get stolen. But I'm like turned kind of away. She's giving a whole speech to Bean about how people don't clean out their ACs enough and everyone needs professional services to clean out their AC, otherwise she's going to be really hot with her little doggy fur and the...
No, I can't believe that doesn't seem real.
And since mom was sassy, I thought she was just going to leave after. Like, she took that as, like, she feels awkward now, so she's just going to give the speech to the dog, then leave. Which, already awkward. But then she was like, "So, do you guys need, do you need your AC maintenance?" And I was like, "Lady?" I didn't say that.
I was going to say, there's no way you actually said lady.
I said, "I just got a new AC. I don't need it maintenance. Thank you, though."
And don't you ever talk to my dog about her AC unit ever.
My dog has a fine AC unit. How dare you? But yeah, so I was really annoyed.
I said that as a joke that she went.
Yeah, I can't believe you guessed that. You guessed that jokingly.
I can't. I wish, you know, like those times you wish that you could, like, I don't know, get into like the security footage of a place and see. That sounds like the most awkward thing.
They literally lost my business forever. I'm never going back to Home Depot. I'll go to Lowe's.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
And if Lowe's tries to sell me stuff, I'm never going there either.
Yeah.
Which I already don't go places because people want to talk. And I don't want to talk. I want to get my stuff in peace and then leave. So I usually just DoorDash everything, but I was out with my mom, so I was like, let's stop in here.
Yeah.
I'm never going again. It was so horrible.
That is way too stressful. Like, when I'm shopping, I just want my own space, man.
Yeah. And I was trying to figure out what PVC pipe I needed.
Yeah.
So I was already out of my element and but I also at the same time, I was working on a creative project. I mean, that's a bold statement. I'll tell you what I was doing in a minute. I was working on a project, not a creative project. I was working on a project. So I wanted to focus in.
Yeah.
Because I hyperfixate on things. So when I want to do something, I want to be able to put all my energy on it. But instead, I had to worry about this lady talking to my dog about her AC unit. This guy trying to sell us something. I don't want to do that.
That literally sounds like a sitcom or something.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was so, and the whole time she was talking, I was looking away at my PVC pipes, but I could not, I felt fuzzy in my brain, I wasn't in my body because I was so embarrassed for her.
Yeah,
I was so
that's
embarrassed.
The second-hand embarrassment. Stop embarrassing yourself, lady.
Please just walk away. You know, you heard my mom.
You heard her.
You heard her
sass you.
You can tell that 3 other people came up to us. Can you just leave?
Yeah. Yeah, because another thing about our mommy, love you. She tends to make faces. And I don't know if she knows how much you can see her face.
Usually it's a deterrent, so it's it makes me feel a little awkward sometimes, but it's it kind of works.
It works though.
The reason that we got away from the guy at the front of the store is because she was no, we're going to the bathroom. And she was a little sassy with him too. And I was just that was great. That was fantastic. Because it got us away. But this lady was not taking her sassiness.
She wasn't taking the cues.
Nope. If I walked up to someone and I heard them go, "Oh gosh," or whatever she said, I would literally walk away and never come back.
I would probably be like, oh, your dog's adorable or something, and then just walk away.
Yeah.
Like, pretend I that's why. I don't know.
Also, I understand they have a job, but I don't think that's fair. I'm a customer.
Yeah, I also just think that that's just weird. I wouldn't even if you were like actually thinking about an AC unit, you wouldn't buy one from her after she gives a speech to your dog.
Yeah. And it was just AC repair anyway.
AC repair.
And how many people need their AC repaired and are going to have their AC repaired
and are
or maintenanced?
going to have to choose to get it from someone
From Home Depot who's
who
annoying
randomly
them.
walked up to you.
I literally, if I need anything, I go on Google and
Mhm.
I see who has the best reviews.
Yeah.
And out of the like top 5 people with the best reviews, I see who has the easiest scheduling. And then I go with them.
Yeah.
And that's how I choose.
Yeah, the scheduling for me, like if they have online scheduling, that's going to decide a lot for me.
Yeah, I feel like they could be rated a little lower. I think I've said this before, but I think they could be rated a little lower.
Yeah.
And still get my business if they have good scheduling.
Yeah, because then you don't have to call and go through that whole thing.
Anyway, I
Wow.
was handy.
Oh yeah, what were you doing with the PVC pipes?
I made a doggy bath.
Oh,
So I got a big tub and drilled a hole in it, which was really kind of difficult because I didn't get the right size drill thingy.
oh.
And then stuck a PVC pipe in it and sealed it. And now it drains. I made a draining dog bath.
That is so clever.
It looks extremely trashy because I also put it up on cinder blocks. But it works so well. And I have it outside right by my hose.
Wait, is that what you... Oh, I didn't get a good look at the... I was
I don't think
distracted by...
I'll show you it from farther away because
Okay.
I think it was too close for you to actually see.
Okay, plus I was just looking at Rory anyway.
Yeah, she was so cute. Oh, it doesn't really... This isn't really a good picture, but...
Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah, it looks a little trashy, but it works like a charm. But I did have to lift Rory into it.
Yeah.
And it's
that
actually, it's
seems
like
kinda
pretty
tall.
high. She's 80 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's why my arms hurt.
That makes sense.
Oh my gosh, all day I've been wondering why my arms are killing me. That makes so much sense.
It does.
She was so good. Because the other day, Mitsu was the first one I bathed. I've never bathed her.
Never?
Nope, I don't bathe my dogs that much.
Interesting.
But, I've been having issues with my floor because it gets hairy in like an hour.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bathing would help.
And they're shedding right now because it's hot.
yeah.
So I was like, why don't I de-shed them? I was a little nervous. I've never given Mitsu a bath.
Mhm.
And I can't imagine she got many baths before either. Shibas are very like clean themselves.
Okay.
So it's not like she's super dirty all the time. She just also is outside a lot. So
Mhm.
she does get a little dirty. But she has like nice oils that are good for her skin. So we don't want to bathe her too often.
Yeah.
But, and they're short-haired. Like long-haired
Mhm.
dogs you have to actually brush and bathe all the time. But short hair, they're kind of self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Anyway, I bathed her and it was as disastrous as you'd think. I
Ooh.
took a video of it, like the whole thing, so I'm probably gonna make a little YouTube video. But she kept like using my body to try to jump out of it, and I would like have to
No.
grab her neck fur and like push her back in.
Oh no.
She's a really good girl. She just has to learn.
Yeah.
She's got to learn,
Yeah.
and then she'll be good. But so Rory, even though I had to lift her, it was just a nice it was a nice difference. What's the word I'm looking for?
A nice.
You know what I'm trying to say, right?
A nice, like,
Change. I think that's what all I was trying to say.
alternative. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
it's a nice change.
Okay.
I can't believe that's what I was looking for.
Okay. So what you're telling me is that you went there to get PVC pipes to make a bath for your dogs because they were way too hot because your dog AC wasn't good.
Really? Did she hire you?
Yeah. So
Are you on her side?
yeah, I think I need to talk to Bean. Can you get Bean on the phone?
Absolutely not. Bean was very happy to listen to this lady, though.
Oh, I bet she was probably like, Wagging her little tail.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I'm gonna bring Bean out anymore. I'm afraid someone's gonna take her.
I feel like
I would love the opportunity to. I would love the opportunity to fight someone.
I just love that we both just start talking at the same time. And it's like you go, and then you're like,
Yep. Words.
Yeah, words are hard. I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Oh, I was just gonna say that I think also bringing a dog with you, like,
Oh.
it brings you like a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Which,
True.
like, you're already a hottie, which already brings you attention.
Should have seen me that day. I put on my gremlin face.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that's all for today, folks. Don't forget to follow us at Pity Privilege, spelled
Pity. Privilege.
on all forms of social media.
Sorry, it sounded like I was spelling pity. Pity. Privilege.
That's what I was thinking last time. I'm like, what if they just search privilege?
No. Just clarifying that that's just that. Okay. Bye.
Bye.